The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another exciting edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host. Once more, do we go into the breach, dear friends?
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
Well, as we meet today, the S&P is down half a point. Dow's off 32. NASDAQ's up 17. The Russell's up almost 8 points. The one thing that you can really say is that, volume has declined. It did yesterday, so we're in December volumes. But at the same time, you know, if you don't have a lot of volume, you're probably not going to break out a lot of people that are stuck at highs in individual stocks. Not kind of the same problem for people that maybe are stuck in there when the S&P went up to 2,800. So at best, you got to chew through those, folks. And of course, the old saying is the way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. So is the easy money over in this upcycle? I think it is. I'm still bearish. We'll see how that goes. As I said the other day, I thought we had kind of the equal market of about 30 points higher or 100 points lower, maybe even 120 points lower. Back down to 2,600 on a failure here. And that failure doesn't have to be a failure of the market. It just has to be a failure of this run and a pullback in a larger trading range. We've got a lot of things going on, especially in Europe. And short of a handful of stocks like Apple that are holding up the entire market today, with share buybacks in 5 or 10 of these big stocks, we could see a lot of selling in the rest. And got a little bit more of that Italy contagion running around in Europe. That could be also problematic. I think that's making conniptions in the bond market here in the United States. ECB came out and said that basically they're not going to be doing a lot for Italy. I think they've got a vote either tomorrow or Thursday. I think it's Thursday. And they're going to decide whether they're ever going to pay anybody anything back. I think the answer is going to be no. And the ECB says, you know what? We're not going to be selling any more bonds, giving them any more money. And that kind of did a little bit of kind of one of those indigestion commercials on TV. And I kind of started pulling back a little bit. They tried to push the market higher. Not a lot going on there either. So for the most part, a lot of places you're looking around here, just kind of a flat market. And of course, on very light volume, what you don't want to see is some of these stocks that got pushed down a couple of days ago, going up on no volume and still not hitting previous highs too. We'll go through a lot of charts today. We're going to have a lot of time to talk as the market is flat as a pancake. One of my favorite Head East albums of all time. That's another one of those iconic album covers. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time. Anyway, we'll be looking at that. Some other stuff going on, but anyway, kind of a quiet market. But at the same time, you can't get a lot of people to stick their heads out. They're turtling, prairie dogging. They're sticking their heads up and putting them right back down above that 2750 level on the S&P cash. You want to keep an eye on that. But there's other things going on too. Anyway, let's get a little bit of history. I'll be looking forward to your phone calls today, 877-927-6648.
Then it's all just a little little bit of history repeating.
On this day in 1977, the original Apple II computer goes on sale. The Apple II featured a 1 megahertz MOS 6502 processor and an integrated keyboard, a built-in basic programming environment, expandable memory 4K, expandable to 48K, a monitor capable of color graphics, and a sound card, and 8 expansion slots. So I bought my Apple II, I think about 1979. I had it for about a month, figured out I couldn't afford it. Everything from Apple was 10 times more expensive, and ended up going the Commodore 64 route. But had the Apple long enough to figure out what I needed to know about computers. They had a place that was downtown that had bought a bunch of these, and you could just go in and sit down and use them. And I knew the guy down there, and so he didn't charge me. So I took it back. And I think I spent $1,500. I want to think I did in late, it had to be 78 then, because I think it was right after Christmas of 78. Because I remember it was wintertime when I went over to this place, because it was right across from the movie theater. That's why I remembered walking into it. Anyway, spent a lot of time, started picking up books, went down to my brother's college downtown and sat in on computer programming seminars and lectures. Got to read his book about what for and Fortran and all these other horrible, horrible languages. And he had one that he brought home one day on BASIC. And I was finally hooked. But what else can you say about that? Anyway, the start of it all, on this day in 1977, the original Apple II goes on sale. Okay, that's about it for news. There's not much going on anywhere. And like I said, S&P, pretty much everything within the margin of error. So we'll take a look at that. Let's start looking at charts. Do we still have time? I think we do. I wanted to see how some of these were doing today. Looking for lows in dental supply, never got a signal. This one's continuing down, yet another leg down today, even though on light volume. This is the May 8th low at 44.21. Kind of held there for a couple of days, and I was going, okay, maybe we're going to get a pop back in here to the trading range. Did not. You wanted something less than 5.6 million shares. You only have 2.5 million shares on it today. But it looks like this is going to complete an ABC on the way down. WWE, man, talk about a run from 34.69 to 60, almost 62 bucks, 61.89 yesterday. A little doji out here today, but a lot of these stocks with not that kind of fundamentals to justify these kind of moves. Doing these kind of things. WWE, this one's got a real history going to heaven to hell, over and over again. We'll be back in a minute. I'm looking for this to come back and fill that gap to 47.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And we're looking at Williams-Sonoma. It's approaching its previous high. This goes back to the April 27th, 2016 high, $60.47. We got to $60.05 so far today. Not a lot of juice in these moves. Got about 4.3 million shares so far, but certainly more than that high back on April 27th. You gapped through a gap down that had some decent volume. Actually had some decent volume up yesterday at 4.3 million shares. Just 1.7 million shares today. This thing looks rather range bound on the longer term, and you've got enough volume to break out through the high. You just don't have a lot going on this. Okay, Synaptics, which is SYNA. Not much on that. Let's take a look at this one. RSP Permium. Permium. Symbol is RSPP. So we've got the big gap up. This goes back to the 28th of March. Did so on 35 million shares. 4.8 million shares 3 days ago. Yesterday, 1.2 million shares. Today, 1 million shares. So kind of interested in maybe finding some kind of low in the next day or so in crude. Right now, crude is up 67 cents. And I thought maybe we'd probably hang out there till tomorrow with EIA numbers, but bounced a little bit early here. Okay. RMD, which is ResMed. This is testing a previous high with 4.7 million shares. So far today, we have 230,000 shares. This one's at 105. January 23rd, 104.08 with 4.7 million shares. Yesterday, we had 560,000 or 590,000 shares today, is 230,000. So as we're saying, volume as you're going back and attacking some of these highs is pretty thin stuff. Anyway, we're up 2 on the S&P cash right now. Dow's off 10. So let's see, out to NSC. Norfolk Southern. This one tested a previous high with lighter volume yesterday. This one, 155.71, which is the January 16th high with 2.5 million shares. Yesterday had 1.4 million shares. Went up there, went above it, closed back below it. We're back a little bit lower out here. This looks in a bigger trading range from that 155 to 127, which is the April 6th low. So some of these things pretty wide. I did see this. I hadn't seen many gold miners show up in anything that I'd been looking at for a while in my scans. But you do have a gap up on Newmont Mining. This is the 23rd of March. Did so on to 6.9 million shares. Got back into it with 3.3 million shares yesterday, and 1.7 million shares so far today. I don't see anything that says this thing wants to take off right now, but if you were on the short side of this thing, looks like it has made its way back down. La Quinta Holdings, which is the La Quinta Inn company's got interesting move out here. Wonder if those is right. 30. Something's wrong here with the data. Let's try this. Yeah, they must have split or something. Okay. ISRG, we talked about this one yesterday. Wanted to see how it was doing back up here at highs. This thing had some fairly light volume. It is breaking through the April 18th high that had to 3.5 million shares, $473.79. Today, 888,000 shares. So no break with volume. The energy since this April 25th low, though, is amazingly light back up to these highs. So no surprise that we broke the previous high on lighter volume. This tends to aggregate a lot of shorts, and just keep an eye on it. To IDXX, IDEX Laboratory, another one in the biotech sector. It had 217.89. That's the May 7th high with 800,000 shares. Yesterday, 530,000 shares. Today, 220,000 shares as it went to and over that high. It's pulled back into that trading range. If you're long this, that's a valid sell signal. IDTI, another one, testing its, this is integrated device technologies. This is the testing the January 22nd high that had 1.4 million shares at $34.13. So far today, we've got 518,000 shares. So again, as we're talking about light volume, probably not a big deal on its own. But if you've got a lot of stocks, or the stock you're in is testing these previous highs with no volume, certainly at best probably going to come back into the trading range, and at worst maybe get some gaps on the way back down. To Intercept Pharmaceuticals, another one in this biotech space, April 10th, $75.90, 1.5 million shares yesterday. Tested that with a third of the volume with 478,000 shares. Back into the trading range today, fairly light volume, 155,000 shares. But again, nothing going on. GNC may be trying to make some kind of floor out here. Certainly is problematic. This one is the May 9th low at 308, had 5 million shares. Got into it yesterday with half that, with about 2.5 million shares. It broke lower than that again today, down to 290, but it's come back and recovered a great deal of that. Any close above 308 would probably be a signal to get out of this stock if you'd been short all the way down. And of course, I don't think anything's going to change in this. These guys have two curses, two black marks against them. One, most of them are in shopping malls that are closing or having big problems with traffic. The other one was the government decided to change the rules and regulations on who could advertise as a celebrity for a lot of this stuff. And since those ads went away with the celebrities, it'd probably be the same thing if all the athletes quit wearing Nike shoes and wearing Nike shirts. Probably see sales kind of tank. And, well, that's kind of it. But this has got a chance. You need to close back above 308. Maybe something's going to change in that business. I do not know. When we come back, we'll be looking at Fitbit. This is a lot of these stocks that had been kind of cratering, coming back up to resistance levels, and that's what Fitbit is doing. You got plenty of time to give me a call, 877-927-6648, with an S&P up 2 points.
The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary Power Law Vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're back, still just up 2 points on the S&P cash. Let's take a look at the volume real quick. 3.9 billion shares. So tracking and just about, well, a little bit better than we did yesterday. I would say that. Volume did kind of come in at the close a little bit more, but that's about it. Things are looking flattish. The dollar's off 20 cents. That's the DXM8 at 93.82. And as I said, crude up 74. Gold is up $5. Silver's up almost 10 cents. Copper at $3.20 was up 6 cents. So that's kind of in these range bound areas these things have been in. Don't see a lot of change. So we'll get back to looking at the market as much. Not much is going on right now. Okay, Fitbit. We talked about this just a second before we went into the break. This did gap down on almost 15 million shares, did so on, what is that, December 15th on earnings, kind of blew up. So you got 15 million shares coming back into it with 8.4 million shares today. And again, we're just kind of at the end of this move, a lot of moves in especially the smaller mid cap stocks that have been kind of beaten down. A lot of them very highly shorted, and of course we start seeing the run in them today. Same thing with companies like Snap. This one has basically got to where this thing is probably going to find resistance, which is this gap that goes back along $13.15, where it actually found support on January 30th this year. And then we need to go back a little bit farther here. Not that far. We have it here. Where's it at? Okay. Guess I have to just kind of guess on it. It's right there at $13 though. We're just about over it. But in that secondary gap that's been acting as support, comes right at about $13.20. That's where you can probably find resistance in Snap as it's come up off the bottom. Nice sideways action in Snap. I bought it before we went on vacation. It didn't do anything. I thought it would run then, and waited until I came back, but I still didn't see anything. But I love these big, long, sideways trading action type moves. Just wish I would have held on to it after that. What else do we have? FISV, which is FizServe. I don't know which one it is. What are we looking at in this one? Well, it is a 3 million share high. That's the $74.46 high from March 16th, getting tested today with 529,000 shares. So kind of interesting in there. Etsy, this is the artistic craft company that gets a lot of people at their home to make a few crafts and sell them on the website. This had a 5 million share high at $30.95 back on April 13th. Tried to break it with 3.7 million shares on April 9th. Went right back into the trading range. We've had about 4 days. It's tried to go higher here. Right now, about 1.5 million shares. There's a nice big wide gap from $24 back down to $20.75 or so. That comes from the February 28th gap up. I could see that this thing could lop off a third back into that area. CONE, which is a Series 1, testing its previous high of May 3rd. That had 2.6 million shares at $56.60. And what did we have? 730,000 shares going into that 2.6 million share high of May 3rd. Energy is not as bad as you would think on this leg up. There are a lot of them with lighter legs up. Another one that could be making a possible bottom, at least bouncing along the lows is Ballard Power Systems. This one's testing the March 7th low that had 3.2 million shares, $2.92. You spike that with 800,000 shares on June 1st. And you got two sideways days out here. Energy off this April 18th high had been somewhat lacking. So one of the better looking ones. First Solar is another one out here that's breaking through previous lows. This one's got a nice big ABC on the way down and heavy volume as it breaks through the previous low of February 9th and February 23rd. If you're being the most generous, 6 million shares on that February 23rd low, and we've got 6.4 million shares already. So First Solar, even on a day with crude getting a little bit of flooring out here, has broken through the low with volume both yesterday and today. To APTI. To Pito. Aptio? I have to find out how to pronounce it. May 1st on this one, 33.28, 2 million shares. Came into it 582,000 shares yesterday, 374,000 shares so far today. So a little bit better, but certainly not doing much in the way of instilling confidence with a lot of volume. Let's see what else we have out here. ABEO. Okay. Now this one has come back to support. This is a gap up from April 9th. Did so with 2.2 million shares. Yesterday we had 1.7 million shares. Today 1.5 million shares. Energy did increase though off this May 18th high. So we're just kind of going sideways on this one. This is ABEO. A lot of these stocks hadn't heard from in a while. Intuitive Surgical, I think, is the one that's most interesting. Want to see how this one trades in the next day or two. I'm not playing it because it is kind of a Sybil stock, as we said yesterday. But that one makes me kind of look at here that you've got some other things going on. Yeah, that and the fact that solar cells aren't selling very well. Once all the governments kind of went away from giving those incentives, and there were actually a lot of those incentives that got right into on the end of 2017, and so you saw a lot of that. But now it's 2018; those incentives have gone away. Much tougher to sell solar this year than it was last year with all that free money from the government all over the world, but just here in the United States. We'll be back after this.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks! Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profile So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And we're back. Couple of questions. XBI, is it a potential short out here? And the problem is you had too much volume yesterday. You're getting the retest today. It's about 2.6 million shares. My guess, though, would be you would probably find this go over those highs tomorrow. And you'd probably want to try to see if you got some kind of low, no volume spike into tomorrow. And if you did, that would look good. And the question is basically, this does kind of look like there was a whole lot of nothing coming off this April 25th low. The energy is off by a good 20% when you compare it to the March 13th high down to the April 6th low. So, yeah, there's a lot of these things just had little or light energy. You had a couple of days out here last week when this thing popped, but not a lot of follow through. And certainly at yesterday, you rolled back under with heavy volume. Today, you're going up and challenging it. My guess is you'll probably see 98s tomorrow. And if that fails, that's probably where you would think about pulling the trigger. What else? Got another email out here. That was the XBI. Alibaba. BABA. Okay. Now, this is kind of the same thing. You had light volume, 19.3 million shares going through the January 31st high yesterday. Today, you've got 15 million shares and kind of a little spinning top for the use here. The signal that would say that this top would be a pullback underneath that January 31st high of 206.20. And, you know, I can see a lot of action tomorrow. Right now, we're not getting much, but tomorrow is the Wally Wednesday. So, you know, you can start thinking about how we're probably going to have some volatility tomorrow, both up and down, so that they can set up options expiration a week. Yeah. Options expiration would be the third Friday, which would be the 15th. So we got about 7 or 8 days. I'll start seeing, I looked at options last night, didn't see a whole lot in them one way or the other, but certainly in the next day, we're going to have a much, or at least I'm going to have a much better view of what's going on for those. Right now, I continue to be bearish just because of the move higher on and especially a lot of these last legs that just didn't have any juice. In the case of Alibaba, this January 31st high back down to the February 9th low. I had a 12 on my power vector indicator, and April 25th low up to this high is an 8.8. So you're good off by a good 20, 25% on the way back up to this high. So again, not surprised that we don't see a lot of volume. Even if it's just summertime, you're not seeing a lot of juice back in these. Does that mean these instantly going to roll over? No, but man, we're a market that's fairly brittle. If we got the right news, I think we could see some movement to the downside. What else do we have? Got some more emails here. Let's take a look at that. On the pot stocks, aren't they? CORN. Let's take a look at this for Hector. See if there's anything going on in it. Just in a big asymmetrical triangle, so there's nothing. You actually kind of broke out to the upside on this, which would make me think that you'd want to fade that. I'm not going to fade a $7 stock, but 80% of the time, this pattern is going to be a, let's do this. And this. Okay. So you got this kind of big, I should get it. I need to get a straight line drawer. Let's do this. Come on, don't they have, we've got a ruler. There they go. Let's put the ruler on this. I think if you roll it like that, yeah, there you go. This is the upside trend line that you broke through in CRON. And when you do this, you wanted this thing to break down lower, go to about $5.60 or 70 cents and buy it there. You want to fade this. I'm not going to fade a $7 stock by shorting it, but kind of going the opposite way that you wanted it to go. You wanted this thing to come back down with light volume instead of going up with light volume, and also breaking out of a triangle that started really back here to, what is that? April 4th. So that's it. Okay, what do we have? Okay. Yeah, take a look at some of these other ones. Got a question to take a look at the TLT. So we'll do that real quick. Okay, so we ran up off the bottom, gapped up. We filled that gap yesterday, got about a sideways action out here. So you had that huge exhaustion move to 122.24 on the TLT. It's just kind of gone sideways. I think you're getting some support from people buying bonds over in Europe because everybody's kind of a little worried about what's going on in Italy. Not a lot of volume out here comparatively, and you're still in this gap. So no sign that this thing is going lower, at least today. Any close below 119, though, would suggest that you're going to rapidly go back and hit the 116 level at the bottom. I wouldn't be long the thing, but at the same time, you've got no signal to be short or bearish on this one on the other side either. Okay, question about fake book. Anything going on in it? Let's take a look and see if we got anything. Fake book is back up to its previous highs. That's the February 1st high that had 54 million shares. We've completed a fairly complex pattern back up here to 195. So we're basically, what, 32 cents short on this. The volume on this one is 11.7 million shares. That's going into that 54 million share high. So that would be it. We'll answer that question privately. We'll be back in a minute.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Well, we're tossing a lot of tops out here today on light volume. S&P's kind of turned around here. We're up 4 points on the S&P cash at new day highs on the IWM. And what do we have here? The NASDAQ up 32 points. The question is, what are we doing for volume out here? 4.2 billion shares, 4.24 billion shares, actually. So volume kind of in line with what we had yesterday, maybe a little bit more, but certainly a lot of these stocks attacking previous highs are doing so on lighter volume. Let's take a quick look on Microsoft. I saw a lot of people on the boards, programming boards last night screaming about Microsoft taking over everything. I knew there was going to be a certain amount of blowback because this is certainly, you got the Linux guys and you've got the Apple guys and you've got the Microsoft guys don't care. But the Linux guys and the Apple guys, man, they don't like Apple, or they don't like Microsoft at all. They're sure that it's some kind of cult, unlike the cult that they're in. It's just a different cult. So I read a lot of it. It's all the end of the world kind of stuff. I don't know how far that's going to go. You are up on a fairly light volume today, though. Yesterday you popped on 27.3 million shares. We got about 15.4 million shares today. So certainly we are going higher on a lot of these. The volume's kind of fallen out, though. So you got to keep a very close eye if you are long. The risk is to the downside. It may be a little bit higher, and probably the odds are it does go a little bit higher. Problem is, even if the odds are poor that it goes lower, the odds are that if it does go lower, it will go much lower. Anyway, I think Microsoft probably going to come back and test 100 at least in the next couple of days. So we'll see how that actually does. In the meantime, sell when you can, not when you have to. And we will see you here tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.